centralvalleytalk.com.
And welcome back to Let's Talk Business here on centralvalleytalk.com. Up next, we're going to meet a local author. His book is Secrets Unlocked. His name is Robert Thompson, from New York City to San Diego, now living here in Fresno.
Yeah.
Well, that's kind of a long, circuitous route to get here. What happened?
Know.
Military.
Well, right. I'm from a military family, so we travel a lot. But I came to Fresno because my mom was ill, and
She lives here?
Yeah, she lives here now. And so I came here to help her out and everything, and so I just wind up staying here. You know, so, yeah.
Front of your book says, this could be the second most valuable book that you've ever owned. We all know what the first one is, right?
Right.
So why is this the second?
Well, because it's inspirational. It provides a lot of information to help individuals better themselves, and kind of give you a way to discover things that we take for granted. You know, as individuals, we go through life every day, and we do a lot of things, but we don't realize that there are certain things that affect our lives that we need to really pay more close attention to. And this is what this book does. It unlocks a lot of secrets that that most individuals just overlook. And
Can you give me an example?
yeah, one would be like, for an example, if you notice the cover of the book, there's a
Very sensual couple there.
Yeah, there's a couple there. For an example, relationships. When young people and even adults, when you're looking for someone in your life, we tend to pay close attention to the appearance of someone. And in this book, you'll learn that appearance is not so important when it comes down to finding your true mate. Finding someone is really important. Just for an example, let's say if tomorrow you become blind and you're single, but you want someone in your life. I mean, do you now look at a person's appearance to determine who you want in your life?
Obviously not.
Right,
If you're
right,
blind, yeah.
Right, exactly. So this book kind of helps you to, see things that are, to go beyond some of the things that, that most people take for granted. And so it helps you in that aspect.
Okay. What was your inspiration for writing this?
My inspiration was basically I was homeless. Even though I'm
Literally living on the streets.
I was really on the streets.
Wow.
Right now I'm a design engineer. I'm, not only an author, but I'm an inventor, and so I have been very successful doing a lot of things. But during the time I was homeless, I noticed a lot about people, and I learned civility and humility, and it helped me to really see a lot of things that I didn't realize or I took for granted before. And with Secrets Unlocked, it's a book that kind of help you understand mistakes and the mistakes that we make and what happened to us because when I was homeless, I had to really think back. What really happened to me? What did I do wrong? What caused me to be in this position? And so I was able to look back at my life and look at a lot of the things that I was doing or that I didn't do, and as well as talking to people and finding out what happened to them while they were on the streets. Mm-hmm. And so getting all that information, I decided to write it down. I got involved in a lot of poetry. I started writing poetry, and I started writing just a variety of information about people and kind of like the do's and don'ts and what happens when you don't do things a specific way. And so that drove me to write. But it was really an eye opener in terms of my experience being on the streets. It was really an eye opener.
Did you ever consider writing a book about going from being homeless to back to a productive member of society?
Well, that's basically what this book kind of does. It kind of looks at not only as being homeless, but what does it really take to to pick yourself up from that kind of environment and to be a better person, as well as how to be successful in life. And so you just learn a lot. Again, from things that we normally take for granted, especially when you're a professional in life and you got pretty much everything you want in terms of you got a nice car, you got a nice home. You know what happens when you lose all that? Can you actually put yourself in that position and actually build yourself back up to that level where if you're homeless, do you think you have the skills and the ability to get back up? And some people they lose that. I mean, once you're homeless, once if you're homeless, for an example, it's not that you don't have the drive to try to pick yourself up, but sometimes society makes it harder on you because you don't have a place. If you're looking for a job, obviously you got to look nice. You got to go to an interview and whatever. And so
they want an address and a phone number.
Exactly. And so it's if you don't have all those things, it makes it very difficult. And that's why you have some homeless people who are, I would say, they become stagnant, and comfortable where they are and what they're doing, and they don't want to achieve and do better, and that's unfortunate, but that does happen.
What do you think now when you see someone on the street pushing a cart down the street, and you've been there?
Yeah, I mean, I want to reach out and help them, obviously, and for some people who are in that position, again, you can reach out to them and you can kind of help them. Some of them, they really don't want to be.
They don't want the help.
And it's. I mean, I'm gonna tell you something. If once you've been in a society where you had to pay all these your bills, cable bill, your phone bill, and whatever, and then you all of a sudden you don't have that anymore. It's a big relief. I mean, it's like, wow, I don't have that.
There's
anymore.
A freedom that comes with that.
It's a freedom with that, and
some people like that freedom.
Exactly. And I mean, only thing that they need is just maybe just enough money to buy something to eat. Of course, there's a lot of people out there that just want a beer or something like that. But. Their expectation of life is very limited now, and they don't really want that much. And so that's kind of the stigma that happens when you're homeless and you're living out there in the streets.
All right. Secrets Unlocked is the name of the book.
Yeah.
Where can I find this?
You can get it on Amazon.com, on Barnes & Noble. I also sell copies at King Solomon Mine Import.
I'm sorry, where?
King Solomon Mine Imports.
Okay.
.com. You go there. I have a retail store now here in Fresno.
Where's that?
And that's over by the Fresno Supermall, by Rolling Park.
Rolling Park? Okay.
Yeah. And so I do have offered the book there as well. Yeah.
Will you sign a copy if people buy it at your store?
Yeah. Obviously, yeah.
Okay. All right, Secrets Unlocked. Robert says it's the second most valuable book you could ever own.
It is.
Thank you.
Well, thank
and
you
you're working on more books too, right?
I'm working on more, yes.
I look forward to you coming back and telling us about your next one. All right.
Okay, well, thank you so much.
Robert Thompson, the author of Secrets Unlocked, here on CentralValleyTalk.com.